Hello everyone, welcome to this video. This is lecture number 6 or class 6 of the classical mechanics. This is so important for first semester and also different examination. Okay, so in this video, I want to discuss about the work and energy. If you want to see the syllabus, and that is the syllabus of the University of Calcutta, this mechanics part. In the previous lecture, that is up to 5 lecture, we cover up this portion, that is the fundamentals of dynamics. Up to that portion we already covered in this previous lecture. If you want, you can watch, but given the link is given in the description box. Okay, in this video we want to discuss this portion, that is the work and the energy, where includes work energy theorem, conservative force, force as a gradient of a scalar field, concept of potential energy, other equivalent definition of conservative force, conservation of energy. And next, qualitative study of one dimension motion under potential energy curve, stable and unstable equilibrium, and then system energy of system of particle. In this total portion we want to discuss in this video. So let's start. This is the next syllabus we will cover in the upcoming lecture. Okay, so in this video we want to discuss first, that is the work energy theorem. What do you mean by work energy theorem? Work energy theorem is nothing, that is the, if consider this is a body, within this body there are various type of force. This force can be conservative, this force can be non-conservative, this force can be contact force, this force can be non-contact force, contact, non-contact, this force be internal force, this force be external force, etc, etc. Like, due to this all type of force, there are different work done. Total work done for all these force, will be equal to the change in kinetic energy. The work energy theorem says that net work done by all the forces, like that, on an object equals to the change in kinetic energy. Change in kinetic energy. So the total work done due to different forces, like the force will be conservative, that work done due to force is WC, work done for non-conservative, work done for internal, work done for external, work done for contact force, work done for non-contact force, etc, etc. Total work done must be changed into kinetic energy, delta E K, change into kinetic energy. Okay, so if W total work done is positive, then delta EK, kinetic energy will be increases, W will be negative, then kinetic energy will be reduces. Clear? So we can prove this theorem just simply calculation, that is work done is nothing but F dot dx. So the position changes from x1 to x2. So F can be written as the mass dv dt into dx. So dx by dt, you can say the dx by dt you can say v. So you can write this as a m dv and this is v. So for will be changed from v1 to v2. So you can say m is constant, v dv will be integration v square by 2, that is the v1 to v2. So you can see half m v2 square minus half m v1 square. This is the final kinetic energy, ek 2 minus ek 1. This is the change in kinetic energy. So work done is equals to change in kinetic energy. This is the work energy theorem by which we can relate the work done with the total kinetic energy change of the system. Clear? Next, I want to discuss about this problem. First, you do yourself. The question says a batsman hit a ball of mass m moving a initial velocity of u. That is, a batsman hits a ball whose velocity will be u. After the impact, this is a bat. After the impact, the motion of the ball reverse and velocity v. The impact, the velocity will be v. Find the work done by the batsman. Find the work done by the batsman. From work energy theorem, we can say from work energy theorem, we can say that is the work done will be work done will be equal to change in kinetic energy, change in kinetic energy, right? So you can see, say that is change in kinetic energy, the final kinetic energy minus initial, the final kinetic energy half m v square minus initial kinetic energy half m v square. So this is the work done by this batsman. Clear? Next question says that the driver of a 1000 kg car, this is the mass of this car, traveling in speed, this is the initial speed, apply the car brake, then you see a red light, the cars provide a friction force, this is the force, determine the stopping distance, you need to know the stopping distance. So you can see this is the by work energy theorem, you can say you can say that the change in kinetic energy, that is the half m u square, actually change you can see v square, and final will be 0, this is initial, this is final, and the force, frictional force F into x. Actually this is initial, this is final, this will be 0 minus that, and frictional force will be, work done will be minus, because the force and the displacement will be reverse. So this will be minus a into x. So this minus cancel out, x will be half m v square by f. So just put this value, half m is 1000, f is 8000, and v square, v is 16.7 whole square. If you calculate, this will gives you 17.43 meter. Clear? Next, this says that a block of 2 kg is pulled along a smooth incline of length 10 meter and height 5 meter. So this length of the incline is 10 meter and height will be 5 meter. Applying non-conservative force each the incline, the block is raised from the rest at the incline front or the bottom. So at the here the initial speed will be 0, is slide. The work done by non-conservative force. Find out the work done of non-conservative force. Number 1. So you can say if this will be theta, so mg acting along this downward, mg. So along that direction, this will be theta. So this will be mg cos theta, and this is the mg sin theta. So you can say here that is the work done, that is if work done number 1, work done will be force into displacement. So along this force will be mg sin theta, and displacement will be 10 meter. So if you just put this value, m is 2, g is taken as 9.8, and sin theta can be height by hypotenuse, so 5 by 10, and this gives you 10, 10 cancel out, so this will be 98 joule. Clear? Next, kinetic energy of the block, the kinetic energy of the block, kinetic energy of the block at the end of the round trip. So change in kinetic energy delta ek will gives you work done from work energy theorem. So the half m v square, or you can say ek2 minus ek1 will be 0 equals to 98 joule. So this gives you ek2 is equals to 98 joule. Next, the speed of the end of the round. So this kinetic energy can be written as half m v square. So this is 98 half m, m is 2 kg, and v square, v will be returned. So you can say v equal to root over 98, which gives you 9.9 meter per second. Clear? This is the answer of this question. I think clear about the work energy theorem. So you can proceed in the next topic, that is called the conservative force. What do you mean by conservative force? Conservative force is that force which for which the work done will be independent on the path. If there is 2 points, that is A and B, if this particle goes along that path 1 and along that path 2, if this particle goes to along that path 1 and this is along path 2, the work done will be same. Work done along path 1 is equals to work done along path 2. This force is called the conservative force, for which this work done will be the same. So you can write the force by which the work done is independent on path, is independent on path. It depends de, depends it depends only initial and final position. Position is depend only initial and final position. This is the conservative force, where the work done only depends on initial and final position, it does not depend on the path it's follow. That means the work done will be from A to B of f dot dr can be written as the change. Any function you can say this function can be taken as v or any other. It's mainly depend on b to initial, final minus initial. It's depend on these two functions. Clear? If you wants to know about the example of conservative force, the example can be written as gravitational force. Gravitational force, spring force, electrostatic force, etc. This is the conservative force. If you wants to example of non-conservative force, conservative force, you can say that is the frictional force. Frictional force is the non-conservative force, because by if you apply due to frictional force, the work done will done, it cannot go back to its position. You can remember like that. Now you wants to know about the sorry, force as a gradient of the scalar field. If you wants to find. So if the is follow a round trip, that is the initial and final position is the same. If the initial and final position are same, if the initial and final position are same, so you can write down the work done will be the cyclic integration of conservative force into dr. Okay, and this will be 0 because its initial position, the value of the initial, that is vb minus va but these are the same, so this will become 0 because this function at that point will be the same, right? So you can write by the uh, that is the Stokes theorem. By Stokes theorem you can apply, you can convert it into the cycling into the surface integral curl of f into ds will be 0. Apply Stokes theorem. If you wants to know about Stokes theorem, you can refer to the vector analysis by Emma Spiegel, whose solution already uploaded in this channel. You can refer to these videos also. So apply Stokes theorem, right? So you can write the curl of FC, C is for conservative, curl of FC will be 0, right? So this is the property of his conservative force. Property property of conservative force. Conservative force. Clear? And this is the another definition of conservative force. You can also say the another definition of conservative force. Another definition of conservative force. Conservative force. Clear? And you can see here that is the vector identity, that is curl of grad phi will be 0. So if you compare, you can see this is written as grad phi, but conventionally we taken minus grad phi, where phi is called as this potential. Phi is called the potential. Clear? Where phi is called is potential. So comes into the concept of potential. So you can see the conservative force can be written as minus grad phi, where phi is this potential. Now comes into the concept of potential. The concept of potential, which are taken from AC Verma book, so very finely they describe about the concept of potential. Starting potential is very good. So I just repeat this concept here. You can watch the AC Verma lecture or the book, can refer. Just think, that is, suppose there is two charge at point A and point B. They are a charge A and B, and they are the opposite charges, two opposite charges, right? Two opposite charges. So they are attractive force, right? Now these are coming into that direction, VA with velocity UA, suppose UA, and it is along that direction UB. So what will be the total kinetic energy at T equals to T1? Kinetic energy equals to K1. This is the kinetic energy. K1. After some time, this point becomes here, and this point somewhere here. This is point A1. Here the velocity will be V. This is UA and this is UA prime, and this is B prime. Here the velocity will be VB prime. Since they are attractive force, this velocity will be lesser. So UA prime is less than UA, and UB prime always less than UB. So at that time T equal to T2, so kinetic energy K2 will be less than K1 because the velocity will be reduces. After finally this becomes 0 and come back, they come back at the same point like that. Here the velocity will be that direction, the velocity will be same at that point. So at that time K1 again. So you can see here that is the kinetic energy. Kinetic energy increases at first and then reduces. At the initial, this kinetic energy increases and then reduces. Okay. So what happened here the position will be changes, here the position will be changes, and the kinetic energy, if you wants to draw the curve with respect to time, the kinetic energy like that reduces then increases like that, or you can see like that. So what happened, the kinetic energy, why this kinetic energy increases again, this is the question, why this kinetic energy increases here again, why we can get the k1 again, because there is must be another form. This energy we get because we this energy will be stored within this system. At that moment the kinetic energy reduces, so where is the energy gone, this energy can be stored in the another form in this system, and this is the potential energy, and this is depend only the shape of the system. You can see here this position or the shape of the system will be changed in this phenomena, only the change in this configuration. So this energy that is named as the potential energy mainly depend on the configuration. So the additional additional energy is the potential energy, potential energy, and this potential energy is the depends on only the shape of system or only the configuration. Okay, so the potential energy mainly depend on the configuration. So you can write down the change in potential energy is equals to work done minus of work done due to conservative force, right? So change in kinetic energy, that is UF minus UI, written as U as a potential energy, that is minus FC dot dr from initial to final. This is the conservative force. So I think you remember that the change in kinetic energy is the total work done of the total force, and change is potential energy is the work done for the conservative force only. This is the basic difference between the change in kinetic energy and change in potential energy. Change in kinetic energy is equal to the work done for all forces, which is known as energy work energy theorem, and this is the change in potential energy is equals to the work done due to only conservative force field. Clear? So we can solve this question, that is called the conservative force field if is given this and potential at this is 10 joule, and what is the value of this, so that is the potential at this point. So you can see, or you can write, that is the work done for the conservative force is nothing but Fc dot dr. So this is the Fc is 3 I cap plus 4 j cap, and dr can be written as I cap dx plus j cap dy. So this is nothing but 3 dx plus 4 dy. So if you integrate, you will be get 3x plus 4y with some constant. Suppose this is ey. Okay. So the work energy theorem says that the uf minus ui is equals to minus w. So this is minus 3x plus 4y, and the if you take initial condition at t equals to 0, or this will be 0, so you will be get this constant as a 0. Otherwise you can take, that is the this is the change in potential energy, so you can write this here. So UF is nothing but Uy minus 3x plus 4y. So if you put this value in case of this point, so you will get 0, this is 10 joule equals to Uy minus 3 into 0 plus 4 into 1. So you will get 10 is equals to Uy minus 4. So Uy is equals to 14. Uy is equals to 14. So again, if you put this point, that is Uy minus 3x is 2 plus 4y is 3. So this Uy is 14 already obtained, and this is 6, 12. So 14 minus 18. So at that point, this will gives you minus 4 joule. Clear? Go to the next topic, that is the conservation of energy. Sorry. For conservation of energy, you need to know about two things. First one is the work energy theorem. First one is the work energy theorem. Work energy theorem. Work energy theorem. Which says that work energy theorem. What does it says? Work energy theorem that the work done for total will be change in kinetic energy, Ek2 minus Ek1. Ek1. And next we see that this is the work done. Work done minus of work done will be change in potential energy, Uf minus Ui, or U2 minus, you can see this is F and this is I. So this can be written as Uf minus Ui. If there is only for, so only conservative force, these two work done will be equal, because this is for only for, this is only for conservative force. Conservative force. This is only for conservative force, and this is all type of force. All type of force. Right. So if we take only conservative force, then these two work done will be equal. So you can see that is Ekf minus Eki is equals to minus of Uf minus Ui. So you can say here Ekf minus Eki is equals to minus Uf plus Ui. So Ekf plus Uf equals to Eki plus Ui. So this is the sum of the kinetic energy plus potential energy at the final position, and this is the sum of the kinetic energy plus potential energy of the initial position, and this sum of the kinetic energy and potential energy is known as the mechanical energy. So you can see that is the final mechanical energy is equals to initial mechanical energy, right. So this is the theorem, and this is the conservation of energy. So for conservation of energy, you can write this as the, this is for conservative force. So for conservative force field, for conservative force field, total mechanical energy, that is the potential plus kinetic will must be conserved, okay. This is the must be conserved, that is the total mechanical energy, that's mean kinetic energy plus potential energy will be conserved. Next topic, that is the potential energy curve. Okay, for that, if you wants to know about the potential energy curve, that is the variation of potential energy, if you example as the earth gravitational potential energy, the potential energy will increase with the h. So you can wants to draw this curve with H. This is the potential energy, so the graph is like that. Okay, the graph will be like that. Now consider a another potential energy curve with the distance like that. Suppose this like that, like that. So you can see here at that point, that is, suppose this is a point A and this is point B. At these 2 points you can see here the first derivative will be 0. So du dx equals to 0 in both cases, but here the second derivative will be greater than 0, that is the minimum point. Hey, this point is known as the stable point, right? And this point is known as the unstable equilibrium. This will be your equilibrium and this will be also equilibrium. So at equilibrium, equilibrium you can see here that is du dx for one dimension will be 0. Okay, and this equilibrium has the three types. First one, that is stable. Stable means du dx 0 and d2u dx square will be greater than 0. Greater than 0 means minimum. So this is the stable. Next, unstable, that is du dx 0 and d2u dx square is less than 0. And there is another type, that is the neutral stability equilibrium, that is du dx 0 and d2u dx square also 0. Actually in this case no force apply, no applied force, that is the free particle, that is free particle. This is for free particle, this is for free particle. Clear? If you wants to know about the oscillation, for oscillation the potential curve like that, this is for oscillation. If you wants to know about the nucleus, this energy curve will be like that. This is x and this is u, x and u. This is for nucleus. Clear? This is the potential curve, and from where you can say this stability equilibrium will be stable or unstable. You can judge from this curve by using this mathematical expression. Do this solution, very easy. That is, says that uh, sorry, okay, say that the Lennard-Jones potential is u, written as like that. Prove that the radius of the minimum potential is r0. So minimum potential means the first second derivative is less than 0 and first derivative will be 0. So if you do this first derivative du dr, what will we get? Epsilon minus 12 r0 to the power 12, and this will be r to the power 13 minus 2 into 6 minus of, so this becomes plus r0 to the power 6 and this is r to the power 7. If you put this equals to 0, what will we get? You will get r0 to the power 12 r13 is equals to r0 to the power 6 r17. So this gives you 6 equals to r0 to the power 6. So r equals to r0. So you will get the first answer, and prove that the potential energy will be epsilon. So if you put r equals to r0 in this expression, du will be epsilon r equals to r0, this is 1 and this is minus 2, so this is minus epsilon, that's why this is called well means just a, this is 0 and this is minus epsilon. Clear? So we got these two answer, and next one is the Find the frequency of the oscillation, small oscillation about the equilibrium for the identical atom of mass m bounded to each other by this interaction. So for that you need to know that is the formula, that is F equals to omega square x, like that. No. For oscillation, d2x dx square equals to omega square x. So this is nothing but, that is the so F is minus gratu. So if you take the magnitude, you can write here. If you just derivative of this u, you will be get like that. Will be get like that, r0 to the power, and there will be 12 epsilon is just derivative. You will be get that r to the power 14 plus r0 to the power 6, r to the power 8, r vector. Okay. So if you take this r as a constant, r come in direction, so you can see this d2x dt square, if you divided by sorry, this will be minus, divided by m, you will get 12 epsilon by m, and this gives you this expression. But if you take this as a negligible, so you will only take the term, that is the, if this r is very small, this is very small, so this compared to that, this will be negligible. So you will be get r0 to the power 12 by r to the power 14. So only you get, if r and r0 will be equal, so this will be gives you 1 by r0 square. So and there is r is nothing but x, right? So this is omega square, so omega will be root under 12 epsilon by m0 r, sorry, m r0 square, m r0 square. This is the angular frequency of this system. Clear? Next, energy of a system of particle, energy of system of particle, energy of system of particle. Sorry, energy of system of particle. Suppose there is a system of particle, there is a large number of particle are situated here, and for every particle, this is for point m1, and the velocity will be v1. So you can see the kinetic energy, kinetic energy, total kinetic energy Ek will be half summation mi vi square. So this can be written as half summation mi, vi is the vi prime plus vcm whole square. Vi prime means, suppose this is the center of mass, so the velocity of center of mass is vcm, and this is the position is ri, and this is the ri prime. Derivative of this r is the velocity, this is the rcm, right? Derivative with respect to time is the velocity. So you will get like that, summation mi vi prime square, half mi vcm square, and with the term you will be half summation mi to vi prime vcm. Okay, so this can be written as the summation, there is mi vi prime into vcm, right? And this is half mi vi prime square, and this can be written as a summation of m is total mass vcm square. Clear? This term will be 0 because summation mi ri prime equals to 0. This is the momentum or mass. In the previous lecture you can notify this relation. This is the definition, actually definition of center of mass. So this term will becomes 0. So this is the kinetic energy of particle with respect to center of mass, and this is the kinetic energy of center of mass with respect to origin, and this is the total kinetic energy of particle, or kinetic energy of system of particle, kinetic energy of system of particle, kinetic energy of system of particle. This is the kinetic energy of system of particle. Okay, this will be kinetic energy of the particle with respect to center of mass, and this plus kinetic energy of center of mass with respect to origin. These two are equal. Next, okay, so if you wants to know about the potential energy of this system of particles, so potential, this was actually kinetic energy, and if you wants to know the potential energy of the system of particle, so you can see that is U equals to summation internal, for Ui external sources plus summation I and j not equals to I Uij. This is for internal. Okay, this is external and this is for internal. This is potential energy due to external field. For example, you can say that is the gravitation, electric, magnetic, etc. This is the external field, and this energy for internal, that is the for internal interaction. Okay, so from work energy theorem you can say that is final 1 to 2, that is potential change 1 to 2, that is minus u2 minus u1, that is u1 minus u2. So this is nothing but change in kinetic energy, that is t2 minus t1. Okay, so or ek, you can write ek, so this is ek2 minus ek1. Okay, so in this for system of particle this also valid, there is a summation exit, that's it. Clear? I think clear. If there is any doubt you must comment in the comment box, or you can telegram me. This is your homework, do yourself, and for any query you can contact with my in this telegram channel. This is your contest homework, do yourself. For any query you can contact with me. This is all about me, and this is my contact details. You can contact me in this telegram channel, physics by Lakshmikanta sir. You must contact with me for the query, and this is my YouTube channel details. Go to this channel, you will get the video which already uploaded, and share this video to your friends so that he also get benefit from this video, and subscribe this channel if you new in this channel, and press the bell icon to get the notification of upcoming video. So take care, we will meet in the next video as soon as possible. Thank you.